All right. Started recording. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And start. Hello there, YouTube. This is a reaction video from the Actman of the whole fiasco of the Hogwarts Legacy boycott. I remember when all this happened over a year ago, and it was actually pretty crazy the amount of people and critics that just either didn't want to review the game or just straight up just hate rating people like crazy. It was at a bit of an interesting time, I won't lie. But let's get on with the video and see what the Actman has to say. This video is over 26 minutes long. I feel there's gonna be a lot of interesting stuff in here.
There you are, casting spells in your open world Harry Potter game, and all of a sudden, you're a bigot. You didn't ask for this. You didn't choose this.
Yes, there's a lot of that at the time. A lot of that being thrown around.
Yet there it is. What's up, everybody? This is the Actman here, and today we're putting on our hazmat suits and
Why does it look kind of blurry? Oh no, it looks. Maybe it's just me.
Jumping headfirst into what is possibly the most toxic discourse around.
Wait, what did I say?
Hazmat suits and jumping headfirst into what is possibly.
It says, let's talk about bullying people for playing Hogwarts Legacy. The big news around Hogwarts Legacy is one cisgender streamer getting upset. All right. And let me see, which reveals the layers of bias around reporting on this game. Yeah, that's, yeah. I mean, it depends what kind of bias is either it could be like the negative bias that I can believe, but I don't know.
The most toxic discourse around a video game I've ever seen since The Last of Us Part 2. Now, unlike many of the
oh no. Bro, just thinking about the story in Last of Us 2, bro. I don't even. And here's the thing: they're gonna do a season 2 for the TV show as well. And to me, I'm thinking, how the hell are they gonna do that? Especially with, well, for those who do know or who don't know, major spoiler: Joe dies. Yeah. What is it? And you know that's just what happens in the story. So a lot of some of that really upset people, including myself. I won't lie to you. Just to say that it didn't upset me. I won't BS you at all. It did make me very much upset.
Takes that will be presented in this video. I completely understand if you don't want to watch this video and you don't care about any of the political, social issues. People have been talking.
Hogwarts Legacy can't cast aside a debate over J.K. Rowling. Yeah, that's true. The video game in the latest battleground over the Harry Potter authors' comments on transgender issues with fans and gamers divided over whether they should play it at all.
Surrounding Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes,
if you want to play a video game, that's totally fine. You do not have to be an activist.
Very divided.
Now, I did talk about this on my second channel, Actman TV, in a separate video, so go subscribe there and check that out if you're curious and you want more of this content. With that being said, let's discuss the boycott of Hogwarts Legacy. Because while it seemed to have started with good intentions, that's how the road to hell is paved. It started off as a unified boycott on the r/gaming circles subreddit and other internet.
That's a Reddit. What? That's a Reddit. What in the world is that? Oh Lord, I don't honestly. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Where is it? Reset era bans Hogwarts Legacy discussion. Oh yes, that's true. I know there was a game critic site or something like that that pretty much would ban anyone who would discuss Hogwarts Legacy in the forums.
Forums like Reset Era.
It is an army bred for a single purpose: to destroy the world of gaming.
It began to spread to other parts of the internet like Twitter, and a lot of people were just ripping on J.K. Rowling, which
Panzer-chan. I will not be buying this game, not because it makes me transphobe. I just hate Harry Potter. Finally, a base take. I mean, yeah, I agree. You're just like, hey, I'm not gonna buy it because I don't like the series. Fair enough.
Totally fine and fair. But at some point, it went from memes and a boycott into attacking anyone who was remotely excited for the game
Oh
or who wanted to play it or
yes,
stream it.
I remember this. Introducing have they streamed that wizardgame.com. Find out if anyone you follow on Twitch has streamed that new wizard game. Yes. This here was so crazy. He'll probably talk about it, but yeah, I remember this.
This is the line you are not supposed to cross.
Step over this line. Just step over that line. Oh, you stepped over the line.
As shocking as it is to hear this, there are people on this planet who don't spend every waking moment stalking J.K. Rowling's social media posts.
It's impossible.
Some of these people have no idea what she's said in the past, and now suddenly these random Harry Potter fans are being told that they're a bigot.
Please do not support the upcoming Hogwarts Legacy game. The reason being is that you may not be aware that by supporting this title, you are essentially aligning yourself with some really heinous transphobic values.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
The boycotters started berating others. You are a bad person. You have terrible morals and are hurting trans people by purchasing this game. You are advocating for their genocide.
Yes, this was a very that was a heavy pushing point on what is on that at the time, which I thought was pretty crazy because it's like a lot of this has nothing to do with J.K. Rowling or anything like that. It's its own story and all and such. But I guess for some people it didn't matter because it is based on J.K.'s world of Harry Potter, of the Harry Potter franchise. But at the same time, it's like she sold, from what I remember, she sold the franchise or the like she pretty much just gets royalties and such. And honestly, there's really not much you can do about it. There's literally a whole theme park. I remember about it, yeah. There's a whole theme park of Harry Potter. For what it looks like, that ain't stopping.
Jimmy, we still got some of that transphobe propaganda.
Hey, what you talking about, that wizard game?
Yeah, the franchise where if you like it, you're harboring hatred and you're calling for the extermination of trans people.
Do you actually believe that?
Shit, nigga, I got a 5th grade reading level. Of course I do.
If you spend any money on Harry
Oh my
Potter
God.
products, you are a bad person, is essentially what the boycott turned into. But these people used such absurd appeals to emotion, right? Like, not everybody who touches Harry Potter is instantly transmogrified into a hateful bigot. That's just stupid.
No.
Is every game journalist, critic, and content creator who covers this game as part of their job? Now,
Like, yeah, that was the thought too, is like if you play the game you're automatically you just hate you just hate the particular group, but it's just like, no, that's not the case at all. Especially for if you're reviewing the game, especially if reviewing games is your job, is like, yeah, you're gonna have to, well, you're, especially if you're part of a company. Individuals, I guess, like, don't have to, but if you're a company that practically reviews all the games, or at least most of the games that come out, mainly the AAA games, then yeah, you pretty much have no choice to review this game because it's your job.
a terrible person? No. Are all the people going to Harry Potter Land and Universal Studios bigots?
No.
So where did these
All the
boycotters
kids,
come up with
bigot-
this idea?
bigot kids.
I had to get to the bottom of it, as it was the crux of their argument. JK herself has said that purchasing anything that she helped to create is a statement of support for her and her views. Did she now? This is something
What?
I've heard a lot of people.
Wait, did that at the end of that, did it say Al Qaeda didn't make Modern Warfare 2? Excuse me? What? Okay. I'll keep hitting my microphone. So either you don't know how to use the internet or arguing in bad faith. I'm betting the latter. GTFO, transphobe, and hiding. Stop being a coward and just own your.
People say ad nauseum. Now, one person who said this, I asked them for a source, and the reply was to tell me, go Google it, and then they
Go
blocked
F yourself
me,
and
which is
run-
always
and
a good
leaves.
sign,
Yeah.
right? When you're like, hey, can I validate the truth of what you're saying? And they're like, nope, bye. As it happens, I found the quote they're referencing, and it's a tweet from J.K. Rowling. Now, again, whatever you think about her, I'm just trying to set the record straight on everything. Now, remember, their entire argument that buying Hogwarts Legacy is an endorsement of J.K. Rowling and all her beliefs hinges on this one single quote. Someone tweeted at her, "How do you sleep at night knowing you've lost a whole audience from buying your books?" J.K. responded, "I read my most recent royalty checks, and I find the pain goes away pretty quickly." So what does this have to do with her beliefs?
She's pretty much just saying, "Hey, man." To me, I take it as there's a whole audience that wasn't even buying my books to begin with. It literally affected nothing. And also, I'm making this money, so go fuck yourself. That's how I took it as. I could be wrong, but that's how I take that.
On trans people?
Well, I'll tell you. Absolutely fucking nothing.
I mean, it's a dumb premise to begin with, right? The idea that purchasing a product is like an endorsement or a validation of someone's beliefs.
Damn,
like, even if J.K. Rowling said that, she'd be an idiot. Because if paying someone money is an endorsement, then all of us who pay taxes are going to hell. Buying or playing.
Bro, how accurate that is, bro. People gotta know how much money of our taxes are being funded to, like, to the military surplus and such. It's absolutely insane. I think it's like almost half of the budget or something like that goes into the military.
Playing Hogwarts Legacy is not an endorsement of anything besides, I want to play this game. I want to try it out. It looks fun. But this tweet isn't even about that. So the idea that royalties she collects from sales of Hogwarts Legacy go towards like these funds and campaigns to wipe trans people off the planet, it falls apart under the most basic of scrutiny. Separate your emotion and read the words in English. She's not saying money she makes is validation of her beliefs. It's validation that people still love her work. That she makes money and doesn't give a fuck what you think. So now the obvious question is why the Harry Potter game? Why this? Out of all of J.K. Rowling's sources of incomes, why is this the thing that people are targeting?
Well, why are you so fixated on this game? It's funny, because that's actually my question as well. Why are you so fixated on this game? It just seems so odd to me that out of every avenue she gets money from, you decide to go after this Warner Brothers video game that she's not even involved with. But I think I know why. Because it's easier. You get to get out of bed, pajamas on, go right onto your keyboard and type in Harry Potter game bad, therefore I'm a good person. At some point, these movements always get hijacked by disingenuous.
Just how fairly accurate the things that he's saying in this, in this bit. Yeah, this is how what I think how some of these people really think they do. It's like, I'll be honest with you, man, like, I don't know. For me, I could have really cared less from all the other stuff from J.K. Rowling. I'm like, dude, is the game good or not? And that's it.
Individuals trying to look like the good guy for some type of purpose or validation.
You see, my goal is to expose these boycotters for what they really are.
Dude, these are like the similar boycotters that will say, hey, what was it? There was a whole thing that happened with the Hoyoverse with Genshin or something like that, because I don't know, it had to do something with, I think it had to do something with adding, maybe dark skinned people, dark elves, or maybe it was just black characters in general. And so the funny thing is that the amount of tweets that these people kept putting out, they've never said boycott the game. For some of them that I've seen, never mentioned boycott the game or anything like that. So it's just play the game, don't buy anything, but play the game still. It's like, what? I don't know.
Activists.
This happened a while back,
Even though these people
a
have
little bit
no
ago.
legitimate claim that we're all bigots, I can still respect their desire to boycott something, because it sure as shit ain't my place to tell you how to ethically spend your money. So don't tell me what to do. Do we have an accord? Good, let's shake on it. But nope, that's not how these folks operate. If you're not with me,
Then you're my
against
enemy.
Yeah.
Now, once the game hit early access,
If you're not with me 100%, then you're against me. Oh yes, this is yeah.
the boycott really started to spiral into
pretty
pure
up there.
degeneracy. Introducing, have they streamed that wizardinggame.com?
Oh, bro, that shit
Find
was
out if
wild.
anyone you follow on Twitch has streamed that new wizard game, so you can bully and harass them. This is a really productive use of everyone's time. Like, what the fuck, dog? You took time out of your day to make this database, then deleted it like 6 hours later. Think?
Bro, yes. Someone went out of their time to code this, and what is it, and added a whole database to see if who has streamed the game. It's crazy, dude. Just the amount of time that this person put, all because they just hate the game and the author so much. This is what they did. I'm like, bro, if you had that much fury in you, you can actually put that into other things and really be productive to yourself, maybe to society, maybe to your line of work. But this is what you put all that fire. Was that really worth it?
It's maybe time to lock this. Bro just came out with a search engine intended to be used to target and harass random Twitch streamers, but the second he starts getting flack, he cowers back in his molehill. You're a pussy. I also love the irony of him being afraid to say the name of the game. I think there was a similar concept like that in the books, maybe. So they tried bullying others into not streaming the game. Some succeeded, which is unfortunate. One such streamer was Hassan Piker, who's one of the biggest on Twitch.
Yeah.
Now, he wanted to stream the game and do a fundraiser on those.
Yeah, let me see. I was planning on playing Hogwarts Legacy and inviting every streamer friend who plan on playing it to a healthy competition to do a fundraiser for trans charities of our choosing. I'm still considering it, bro. Just play the game. You can it's like, I think at the time I the same thought I have right now. It's what I had back then. It's like, dude, just play the game. Just play it. Who cares? If you really want to play Hogwarts Legacy, then play Hogwarts Legacy. Are people gonna talk? Dude, people are gonna talk about shit about about Hassan either way. You know, for someone as big as him, people are gonna talk about shit no matter what he's doing. He could fucking sneeze and someone will find something negative about it. It's like, who cares?
Streams with charity funds that would go towards helping trans people, a noble cause. Luckily, his audience was apparently successful in convincing him not to play the game and not to raise money for that charity.
Everybody was like, don't play it, don't do it, don't play it and fundraise for a trans lifeline by playing that game. Okay, I won't. It's too much of a headache.
Way to go, guys. Good job. Good going. Mission accomplished. Good work. Congratulations on discouraging one of the biggest Twitch streamers from raising money for a cause you all pretend to care about. Real class act.
Nicely done, gentlemen.
Nicely done, gentlemen. We did it. We stopped tens of thousands of dollars being funded to a charity. I mean, I don't exactly agree that it's a trans community, for was a trans charity, but I'm just like, you know what? If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to fund. Fair enough. I won't do that myself. But for if that's what Hassan and I think others, I don't know who wanted to be part of it. I think it was Hassan, Valkyrie, and I think some others. Maybe they wanted to play those games properly. I wouldn't doubt he would have invited some of them to be part of it. But yes, this is what you did. You successfully stopped tens of thousands, maybe 100,000 or so, for said for said trans charity. Way to go! You did it. You just stopped people from donating. Congratulations. You won.
Work here today has made the Chancellor a very heavy man.
The only reason why I'm not playing this game, and I know a bunch of other people are not playing this game, is because we know that it's not worth it to get fucking bullied endlessly and called transphobic endlessly.
Part of me is like, Hassan, why should you give a fuck what these people think? But the other part of me understands that, like, you don't want to bring such a toxic, divisive topic to your audience. Like, I totally understand as a content creator just not wanting to deal with that at all. But it's fucking wild that this man is getting any shit at all for talking about Hogwarts Legacy when he just used his platform to raise over $1 million for victims of the earthquake in Turkey. These people complaining don't care about charity. We saw this with Mr. Beast. You can do the nicest things and they will still hate you. So don't even bother trying to please them.
This is absolutely true. Hold on, let me make this bigger. Yes, this is absolutely true. I remember seeing a little bit about that too, about the Mr. Beast as well. There you go. I fixed that. I remember seeing that from Mr. Beast as well, as like everything that this man was doing at the time, you know, like all the like fixing fixing people's blindness and such. It's like, yeah, I get, you know, I get why it's like I get why that you know, I understand why the good that people are seeing, but man, they're just like, oh, look at this man and his I don't know. I thought it was so strange because they were like this white savior complex or something like that. I'm just like, what? What are you talking about? Like, do you have any idea how crazy it is that how like how non technically it's like not that expensive for the for get like, you know, for getting like the eye surgery and things like that. It's not like that crazy absurdly expensive, but some people are just so down bad in money that they just even just the thing about it is that having even $1,000 isn't even a thing for a lot of people in the US. I think it's like $1,000 or something like that. I think it's 1,000 or a little less than that, like $800 or something like that. That much people can't even save up, and if that much that people can't save up, imagine for the ones who can't even save up to get an eye surgery, especially when some of these are just a simple fix, but just cost too much, you know. I think even some eye doctors explained that. I think there was one that I remember watching that kind of was talking about the whole thing with Mr. Beast. He was like, the cost of eye surgery. It is it is a little bit expensive, but the thing about it is that it doesn't take a whole lot to fix, you know, one said person's eye, especially because they already have the technology to do it. It's just not heavily commercialized where it could just be easily be fixed. Which or something like that. I don't remember word for word, but it was something like that. Oh, whoops.
It's a waste of time. So after the boycott resulted in much more press, promotion, sales, and popularity of the game, the boycotters showed their true colors. After exhausting all their options, they have resorted to spoiling the game's story and ending for as many people as possible. I kind of figured this would happen.
I mean, that's gonna happen either way.
The boycotters, they're what we thought they were.
They're what we thought they were.
True degenerates. It was never about doing something positive or improving the lives of trans people. They simply wanted to ruin this piece of media for you. That was their true goal.
Oh, it was by Avalanche?
The boycotters
Oh, wow.
Are who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were.
Wait,
of all the marginalized
okay.
communities out there, the trans community is arguably the worst served by its supposed advocates. Couldn't have said it better myself. If their goal was to lower overall revenue for this game, they utterly failed at that. And if their goal was to promote positivity towards the trans community, they have failed because they continue to portray themselves as deranged lunatics representing that community.
You lose! Good day, sir!
Good to see the boycott
bro. Yeah, the amount of people that were actively watching and streaming the game was actually very incredible. Yeah. That like those numbers that you saw, that the 1.28, yeah, of million, yeah, that's how much people were actively watching the game and stuff. And imagine the thing about it is that the amount of people that are watching said game doesn't exactly mean that that's how much sales that they're gonna get, but in the same time, like at the same time that those could be, what is it, potential customers. Hold on, let me, there you go. There you go, fixed it. But yeah, those could be potential customers, and that's a lot. That's a lot. What, 1.28, 1.28 million, bro. That's those are probably thousands of potential customers that could be buying the game. Thousands, tens of thousands, probably. but who
naturally
knows?
turned into targeted harassment with its own database to boot. Think I'll take 2 copies of Hogwarts Legacy now. So you're going to buy a pro-slavery game twice to own the trans community?
What?
You're a talker. Listening to talkers makes me thirsty.
You don't seem to understand the situation.
I understand that if any more words come pouring out your cunt mouth,
I'm going to have to buy every single copy of Hogwarts Legacy in this GameStop. You spent your whole life reviewing video games.
Just reading that tweet, it's like, what are you talking about? Is there something that I missed? What? What are you talking? Oh lordy!
You're gonna die for Hogwarts Legacy.
someone is.
I guess my black ass playing this game now supports slavery. Good lord.
You didn't ask for this. You didn't choose this.
Like, okay, so it's one thing to say like the game is transphobic.
Oh my god!
But pro-slavery?
The fuck are you talking about?
But gee, with so many people taking a stand against this hateful filth, it must have had a huge negative impact on Hogwarts Legacy, its sales, review scores, Twitch viewership, and Steam charts, right?
Mm-hmm. And no, it did the opposite.
Hogwarts Legacy is officially the #1 single-player game ever streamed on Twitch.
Yeah.
Surely review scores were impacted. You what?
Nope.
Oh God.
85 user,
Steam charts, help me out here.
9.1. Damn.
Wait a minute. These numbers are all from
Over positive. Oh
from
yeah.
before the game actually launched.
Bro, look at those numbers. I mean, it's not as I think it's not as up there as Wukong. But damn, look at that. 600. Well, technically it's actually not that I mean, who did better? Was it Pow World or Wukong? Both did extremely well. But yeah, especially with the whole Power World lawsuit, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that happens, how that works out. But yeah, those are crazy numbers. Oh yeah.
You mean these are all players who pre-ordered the deluxe edition for early access? Well, boy.
Wait, that's early access? Holy shit. That's a lot of pre-orders, dude. Oh, wow.
Boycotters, I only got one thing to say to you.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I already got the title for J.K. Rowling's next book,
Oh,
Harry
wow.
Potter and the Law of Unintended Consequences. You've probably seen many people and posts in response to some of these batshit takes saying something like, okay, I wasn't going to buy the game, but now I am.
If you just say Harry Potter's written by a transphobe, so you're transphobic for watching it, and then leave it at that, you're not actually advancing something. For me, this is more about unsuccessful and successful protest movements and how people end up hyper-focusing or lasering in on certain things that otherwise are counterproductive.
Their methods of boycotting are so obnoxious and in your face that they have actually become counterproductive to the cause itself. This one dude posted a spoiler.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
this guy
accurate.
said, I beat the game already, but good try. Glad you enjoyed your Nazi propaganda.
Wait,
That
what?
That is a reach so long, I don't even think Noble Team could grab it. I have to stop.
I don't think Noble T could grab it. that nice Halo Reach reference. But yeah, that's crazy. That was that fucking propaganda, bro. I'll be honest with you. I think people gotta research what fascism was and all that stuff. I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't really know everything. I know like the sort of the basis, but you know, maybe knowing more deeper things about it wouldn't hurt. But dude, it's just like people don't know what the hell they're talking about when they say things like this. It's like, do you even know what the regime was or anything? Or just none of that. Just no.
Stop
Okay.
doing hot takes videos, okay?
Okay.
The scarlet brain rot is infecting me. The boycott, it's effectively become like those people that throw tomato sauce on famous works of art.
Yes.
To boycott something, I guess. And everyone's like, wow, that's a pretty douchey thing to do. Don't want to be associated with whatever you're.
Oh yeah, here's an update about that. Those people, I don't remember. I think it was both of them. Both of them got 3 years of, I think it was jail time or something like that. I could be wrong. But Yeah, they you know what's crazy? It took them over a year to actually sentence them and shit. But yeah, I think they got 3 years or something like that of jail. I don't think it's prison. No. I think it was jail. But yeah, it's a
You're
pretty crazy
boycotting or
stuff.
whatever you're protesting because you seem like a fucking dickhead. Bro, I heard about people going to movie theaters and spoiling The Force Awakens when it came out. And those people deserve to have their ass beat. Like, you're just trying to take
Wait, people trying to spoil The Force Awakens? Why? I'll be honest with you, man. It was such a nothing series. There's really no point of spoiling it because I believe at the end of the day, no one really cared.
enjoyment out of other people's lives for literally nothing in return.
Do you know what Schadenfreude is?
No, I do not know what Schadenfreude is.
I got a new boycott tactic for you guys.
Okay,
Why
you
don't
didn't
you
even
light
try.
yourself on fire? But let's take a look at some of the mainstream critics, right? Because I'm sure we'll find much more rational critiques on Hogwarts Legacy from professionals, right? When the story for Hogwarts Legacy was revealed in
Oh yes, you're definitely gonna get some unbiased reviews from said game critics like Kotaku and IGN and Rock Paper Shotgun and
the
such.
trailer, people immediately noticed how wrong it felt to have the plot revolve around crushing a rebellion led by an oppressed race. The game is about keeping those uppity Jews in their place.
What?
Did Kanye write that review? Game journalists, when they see a goblin in a fantasy world, is this a Jew? Let's talk about bullying people.
Oh my god, dude, are you kidding me? That is ridiculous, bro. I remember hearing about that type of those talks, like what, over a year or so ago. I don't know where did that come from. I question, where did that really come from? Why did the sudden just, oh, these are said Jewish people because of their obsession with money and their pointy noses? It's like, what? From all my years of playing these type of fantasy games and all that stuff, I have never thought that these were any type of depictions of the real world, what is it, race or ethnicities and things like that. I've never. It's like, what? Oh god, I thought that was so weird.
Hogwarts Legacy. Yes, let's. The big news around Hogwarts Legacy is one cisgender streamer getting upset, which reveals the layers of bias around reporting on this game. I love how the writer starts with a little bias of her own towards straight people for some reason. The big news in the wake of Hogwarts Legacy's launch is that a cisgender white girl cried about it. And why are you bringing race into this, bro? Why? Come on, man, I can't keep doing this. She's, of course, referencing that clip that went viral from Girlfriend Reviews, where after apparently dealing with some harassment in her chat, she got emotional and had to leave the stream.
The Girlfriend Reviews, oh yeah, they were heavily bullied. They were heavily bullied for this game. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, she broke down and crying. You'll see it right now.
Trans people and their allies are now bullies for explaining why they don't support the game.
Wrong.
No, the people sending death threats and harassing streamers and coming up with websites to harass people and trying to spoil the game. Those are the bullies. Was this person bullied?
Agreed.
Did they actually even cry? Neither of these things have any real proof behind them. Dude, she's writing this article just to downplay any potential harassment that might have occurred.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Like seeing how
Swift. Yeah, I think that's from Black Ops. But yeah, 100%, just downplaying everything that was going on. That's crazy, dude. Just completely disregard anything that happened. That's
how toxic and unhinged some of the boycotters are. It's completely believable that they would say some wild shit to Girlfriend Reviews. Ultimately, they were accused of supporting bigotry, but then when even explaining reasons against supporting the game is bullying, what does it even matter? You see what dumb old Stacy is doing here? She's completely willing to make the assumption that the harassment wasn't bad enough for anybody to complain about, but is also assuming that the comments that caused that clip were completely reasonable questions. Remind me again about the layers of bias in game journalism? To my knowledge, J.K. Rowling basically said, Oh yeah, go make the game. Okay, whatever. Just pay me royalties. That was the extent of her involvement. And yet all these people are also willing.
Yeah, 100%. It's like she literally had no. There were definitely, um, there were definitely in the a lot of people who did believe that she had like actual, I guess you could say, choice and direction of what the game. It's like, no, she had no choice. She had no say in anything because I believe she sold the rights, and the only thing she's getting is just royalties. That's it. So it's like she literally can't do nothing. She can say whatever, but doesn't mean that she can have. Well, I believe she sold the rights or something like that, or she sold like the license for it. So it's like she can't really do much, especially with like the choices that they do in the game. It's like there's really nothing she can do.
To attack their own colleagues, other reviewers like IGN, and the game developers themselves. It's like you are just blind firing at everyone involved in this game. Are there trans people who
100%.
talk in extremes about this game? Absolutely. But for every example you hit back with of exactly that happening, we can respond tenfold with what happens to us. This is not a two wrongs make a right situation. It absolutely is. Thank you for specifying. This is like saying, what's that? You're poor? Well, I'm homeless, so your struggle is completely invalid. Enjoy your food stamps. Like, what the fuck? Dude, stop playing the suffering Olympics. This isn't a competition. Streamers are finding out what it's like to be transgender on the internet, shouted at and harassed constantly by playing Hogwarts Legacy, and they don't like it. What's that? People don't like being harassed?
I don't believe it!
What? News to me. I love targeted harassment too. And I can tell you're a big fan of it as well. You give off that vibe of like, I enjoy suffering and hope it spreads to others. And I can really get down with that vibe, you know? More people should be harassed for playing video games.
I myself enjoy suffering, so I want others to suffer with me. It's like, bro, I was emo as well. Okay, I was that scene kid in the early 2000s and shit. I was, and I know how, I know that feel and experience and such. But it's like, dude, the Suffer Olympics is absolutely crazy for what is it for some people like this. It's absolutely bizarre. Instead of just one upping each other on this, on the suffering, instead of just suffering together, they're just like, no, my suffering is worse than yours. Oh my god.
Completely agree. On Saturday, February 4th, I was made aware of the extensive and blatant ad campaign for Hogwarts Legacy on Twitch, utilizing and interrupting streams to promote this offensive product. Blah, 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 blah. I will not be streaming this game while the ad campaign remains active. I call on every streamer to join me in taking a stance against bigotry, hatred, and those who support such views. I'm trans myself. Can we stop the virtue signaling? No one cares. This is a really selfish perspective. You're screwing all the good, hardworking people who made the game with no hate in their soul just to be vindictive towards one person. Yikes. As a trans woman, I believe everyone should.
Honestly, with that last one is like, with the one previously, it's like, yeah, it's like you're literally blaming a whole group of devs who had nothing to do with this one individual. Absolutely, especially when the game is actually pretty solid from what I've heard.
Should be free to enjoy Hogwarts Legacy. I pre-ordered it and plan on enjoying it myself. Everyone has been waiting for a game like this, and we need to separate JK from the game developers who have worked endlessly to bring us a masterpiece. But fuck those game developers. Apparently, I saw a great quote in my comment section. You can say what a good person should be like, or simply be one. Could end the video right there, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I should get that comment framed. Now, I think as a palate cleanser, we need some
You
good
should.
takes, okay?
He absolutely should print that shit out, put it on like a really good frame, and just hang it up.
Trans legislation being written to basically eliminate trans people from existence. Y'all are talking about a video game that I'm not even playing. Recognize that this is about engagement on Twitter, a feeling of hopelessness and nothing else. This is the thing, dude. When you confront these people with like, hey, you could actually contribute. Like I did, like I donated to a charity, a trans lifeline on stream, pointed it out, said, hey, donate. If you want to boycott the game, then donate that $60 there. And what was their response? Nope, I can't do that. I'm broke. Donate money and actually help them. Put your money where your mouth is, or stop bitching and virtue signaling. Nah, I'm not doing either. I want to be mad. I don't want a solution. He's using his platform to promote donating to help trans people, and your response is, this ain't it, chief. Yeah, they don't want to help. They've made that abundantly clear by now. Not a fucking peep of this from any of these boycotters. Not a fucking peep about donating to charity or anything. They're actively shutting down people trying to do that. No shade to people who want to boycott the game. I respect your viewpoints, but what if I told you people can like Harry Potter but also not agree with or support JK's views? Like, do we really need to be sending death threats over this shit? Stop thinking rationally on Twitter.
It will do you no good.
Stop thinking rationally on Twitter. The accuracy of that tweet. Stop thinking rationally. It will do you no good. That's pretty much just the whole. That's pretty much just the whole debacle of the boycott of Hogwarts Legacy. Don't think rationally. Be brain rot. Be stupid.
Now let's get back to some dog water.
That fucking laugh. Because even he himself is like, yep. That's accurate. Oh my god.
Takes. Hogwarts Legacy does not deserve to be reviewed on its own merits. I can't imagine pursuing a career in journalism, reviews, or critiques of media and thinking this is ever an acceptable stance to take. Whether or not we
That's exactly what I thought too, man. That's exactly what I thought. It's like, why would you go out of your way to do all this? You know, be part of the critiquing media and all that stuff for games, movies, or TV shows or whatever, and be like, and just say that. Just say no, I don't want to review this because of et cetera, et cetera. It's like, no, it's like you can literally just do what you're supposed to do as your job. That's it. That's all you have to do. And,
we want to admit
anyway.
it is impossible to talk positively about Hogwarts Legacy without harming a community of human beings.
But then you see how the polarizing reviews are coming in, where Wired has just posted theirs and they gave it a 1 out of 10. But this is...
Wait, I want to read that.
Wired
I want to read this. Okay, maybe the Actman reads it, but let me read this. By the Wired, okay? First of all, reputable, by the way. Very reputable. Okay. Wired. Wait, is it by the Wired? Wired. I don't know. Wired. Tired. It helped me say goodbye to the setting for good. The story is rooted in anti-Semitic tropes. The gameplay feels dated. The graphics feel like they're a couple generations behind. What? What are you talking about? The game looks pretty good. What? All the characters are one-dimensional. It says it doesn't stay true to the established lore. That's because it's supposed to be like, isn't Hogwarts Legacy supposed to be like 100 or so years before? It's supposed to be like a couple hundred years before the establishment of Harry Potter itself. So it's like you can't, or was that the one with or is that the movies Fantastic Beasts? I actually don't remember. Every character feels like an off-brand version of the characters we know and love. Okay, there's no sense of place, whatever that means. No magic, no heart. I'll be honest with you, man. I didn't play this game. Never played it. Maybe I should play it. But to me, I'm just like, did you even play the same game that everyone else is playing? Hello?
They gave it a 1 out of 10. But this is exactly what many were fearing, that ethics would be tossed away in journalism, where the product would not be reviewed on its own merits.
I want to make it clear to you right now that as a transgender individual, I have no interest in that kind of fairness or objectivity when it comes to Hogwarts Legacy. I feel a moral imperative to oppose it. Ah, yes, the layers of bias in reporting on this game. Hogwarts.
Okay, the thing about it is that some of these you know, for some of these websites, they have multitude of staff. You could at least ask one of the other staff members, who'd be like, "Hey, I can't review this game. Can you review this?" And they'd be like, "Okay, sure." But no, they for some of these writers or critics, they're just like, "No, I'll continue on reviewing it or not review it and put a statement behind, pretty much saying that they're not going to review the game at all because of reasons." It just makes your company look more stupid. It really does. it really invalidates whatever company, whatever anything that you're part of, invalidates them and ruins the reputation of that company.
Hogwarts Legacy cannot and should not be judged on its own merits. Yes, it
And what is it? And here's the thing too: for how long it takes to build up a reputation and how quickly it could be destroyed. Yeah, whoever that person is part of, I'm pretty sure they're not being taken serious at all.
absolutely can. That's what I'm going to do. I'm making this video to focus on the discourse side and a separate video to review it, which I'm going to ignore this topic completely. If you cannot separate the art from the artist, then you have failed your job as a critic and you should get the fuck out of this profession.
I think it's safe to say we truly do live in the worst timeline.
It's very true because you can't separate the what is it, the art and from the artist. Yeah, absolutely. I felt the same way about I remember people get very like people try to have like this gotcha sort of thing when you see the like the old artworks of like I think the ones that Hitler did. And some of some of the scenic paintings or the that he's done are actually very, very good. But I just questioned, did really he himself make these? And if he did, how did this man get rejected from art school? You know, because it's like maybe it's a type of art where it was like maybe that's not where they were interested, and they were like no, or something else. I don't know, man. It's just it. Who just ever thought that someone who's an artist turned into what is it, the world's craziest fucking dictator? Who would have thought, you know?
IGN, the people that are known for giving like Call of Duty 9s and 10s and actual good games a mid-score, they are the ones that are coming out with balanced takes about separating J.K. Rowling from the actual work, the artists from the art.
You can give something a fair and balanced review while acknowledging issues you have with it that are unrelated to the product itself. A good critic can do that, but a hack critic will expose themselves as being too biased to take an objective approach to their own profession. You are a hack for writing this article, Percy Ransom.
Yeah.
You are a hack. There is no magic in Hogwarts Legacy. The game is mid at best. 1 out of 10.
The game is mid at best. 1 out of 10. That's fucking dude. How is a game mid and it's a 1? That a mid just means that it's like a 5. That's pretty much what that means. You know, it's mid. Like it's all right. That's it. You know, all right. It's like it's like a 5 or a 6. But okay, sure. Okay.
I love that. Yeah, it's mid at best. 1 out of 10.
It is a little something for everyone.
This is a review. This is an actual review. The story is rooted in anti-Semitic tropes. The gameplay feels outdated. The graphics feel like they're a couple generations behind.
Oh, okay. He does read it.
The graphics
dude,
are
the
dog
game,
shit.
dude, the game looks good. Look at that.
Are dog shit. The graphics are dog shit.
This
to me, I'm just like, what? Like, here's the thing. If this person says that it looks bad, bro, what was your graphic settings? I'm sorry, are you playing Hogwarts Legacy on a 1060 GTX or something like that? It's like, what are you talking about?
Is a review of Hogwarts Legacy that gives the game a 1 out of 10, and only 4 of the 20 paragraphs written are directly about the game itself. You are a hack. These people are why trust in game journalism has been eroded. You have no business reviewing games for a profession. Quit. Get your ass out. You are a hack. Now, the unfortunate reality is that a lot of these boycotters, well, some of them aren't looking for anything logical. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some of them just want to watch the world burn. You see, I'm all for people standing up and doing something positive for what they believe in. The problem is you have people and some...
You know what's interesting is that even though these are the people, yeah, exactly, they can't be bought, you know, they can't be dissuaded or anything like that, which some of the times, could be good, could be good traits to have. But for certain things like this, it's like, no, it's not good at all, especially if it contradicts your line of work and such. It's not good at all.
Reddit's like r/gaming circle jerk that dilute that vision of positivity and turn it into an attack. They simply echo their opinions in a chamber for karma, for pointless internet points. Points that contribute nothing to the actual cause, but do contribute to their own sense of self-satisfaction. Because if this shit post I make gets 5,000 likes on Reddit, then I have done something. Then I have done my part. Spoiler alert, you haven't done shit. Stop pretending like you care. Fucking donate to a lifeline. The mod team at r/gaming circle jerk would rather pin spoilers for the game than a fucking charity. These people got no problems wasting hours and hours bitching and moaning on Twitter, screeching into the void. But when confronted with something that they can actually do that has a tangible positive benefit on real people, well, excuses.
I can't do it.
I can't donate. I'm broke. Anyways, you're a bad person for donating. Stop using trans people as a vessel for your internet karma. Okay? And
yeah, absolutely, man. The things that you can do to help out, for the for say communities, whatever they are, it's like no, you can't do it because it's this game, and because of that, you can't donate any sort of money, and you're a bigot. It's like okay.
And here's a message I got, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I just wanted to privately say thank you for actually being a real world change for trans people like me. I don't believe playing a game makes you transphobic. I do believe villainizing people for playing games creates more transphobes. And harassing people breeds extremism. Awful way to win allies.
I think if you want to make allies in the first place, there's a saying.
Absolutely.
Right? You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Right? Like, the moment you get into this point where you're, like, bullying people, they're not really going to want to be an ally. They're going to probably be radicalized in an opposite direction, which is the last thing you want.
Keep doing what you do. It's amazing to see a helpline that has saved my life before get more attention and donations. If anything good has come from this line of discussion, it's that. Thank you to the person for sending me this incredible message. It's good to know I did the right thing. After I donated $2,000 to that hotline,
it's absolutely true, because the thing about it is that when people start seeing this thing, and when more of this gets more exposed, and it becomes more and more out there of the populace, people are gonna see this and think, whoa, this group of people are extreme and so so radical that there's just no negotiating with them or anything like that, and just have a disdain will have the disdain on these on said group. It could be anyone. And yeah, I think that's true. And I remember seeing all this go down at that time. It was actually pretty sad, because it's like people don't realize that with the amount of venom that they kept injecting, it's like you have no idea the amount of negative that this is going to do in the long run, because people are going to see I guess you could say the normies, aka the normies, are going to see this sort of thing and be like, whoa, maybe these people shouldn't be listened to, and whatever their problems are should just be dismissed and such. And honestly, yeah, that did happen. It's technically slowly happening with some of the I guess I don't know if it's like the younger crowd. I guess it is the younger generation is slowly rejecting the whole politically correctness and such. But I mean, that's what I heard, but I don't know how accurate that is, how that can be. And the other thing to note, which I don't think, the Actman really didn't cover, which was the bullying of both of the people of the VTubers. Dude, the VTubers were heavily bullied like crazy. Oh yeah. That was something that he didn't cover, but yeah, the amount of VTubers that were bullied were absolutely insane. It was insane, man, how many of them were bullied. Hell, what is it? One of them was bullied so hard that she went into a hiatus of her character and went somewhere else. What is it? What was her name? Pikame. I think she was known as the tea kettle, girl, because of her noises. But yeah, you got someone like her. I don't know was she part of organization or was she indie? No, I think she was part of an org. But yeah, like you had someone like her that was heavily bullied to the point that she had to go hiatus, where she pretty much graduated. And then you even have Silvervale as well. I remember watching the whole thing happen with Silvervale. I'm like, bro, that's sad. Just like the amount of people that were just essentially dogpiling you, and especially of a franchise that you've loved since you were a kid, because things just weren't well at the time for you, you know. And I believe she's talked about it too, like her situation of why she liked Harry Potter a lot. It's, you know, yeah, it was her favorite. It's pretty much her favorite escapism, pretty much.
On stream and encouraged others to do so. One final point. What do you think r/gaming circle jerk's reaction to that was? Take a wild guess.
Maybe negative.
Come on now, lads. Actman is still the no politics in my video guy. A KKK member could come on here and say trans rights, and white trans people will just go, redemption arc? Yes. They compared me to a KKK member. That's what they did. The famous words of Rage Against the Machine, know your enemy. And if you go into the comments on this Reddit post, nobody is talking about donating to charity or raising money. None of them.
Yeah, I doubt
I don't
that.
even know why you'd want to claim Actman. Dude is annoying and makes gamer bro content. That's my point. We should not let gestures like these, no matter how right they are on their own, blind us and praise shite content creators. Remember, guys, we still hate the Actman. We have to hate.
Even though they proactively watches, even though they proactively watches
If you're going to
content.
sit there and let me donate more money to trans causes, then what does that say about you?
You've become exactly what you hate. A monster. For the most part, the people getting Hogwarts Legacy, it doesn't mean anything to them except they just like Harry Potter. They're not sharing any views with anyone. Alienating people with baseless labels serves no purpose. All it does is continue to divide
Facts,
everyone.
dude. Facts.
Hope someday you can understand that. In the meantime, I'm gonna be in Hogwarts, bitch.
So, in conclusion, just because you are boycotting something...
Oh. I'm gonna be in Hogwarts, bitch. That's fantastic.
that you feel is a moral imperative does not mean you can act like a shitty person and everyone should just excuse that. I know this video was a bit out there for what I typically post on the main channel. Rest assured, this is not a new direction for the channel or anything. I really just had to vent on this because the amount of stupidity and shitheads I saw was just sparked a fire in my heart. I think at this point we should actively ignore this discourse because I want to get back to talking about video games, mechanics, and deep, thoughtful analysis of this hobby I love that I turned into a career. We're going to get back to that, and we're going to leave this in the past where it belongs. You're not a bad or a hateful person for playing Hogwarts Legacy. The developers are not bigots and transphobes for developing the game. And you're not a bad person for simply boycotting and refusing to play the game. Just remember that the ends do not always justify the means. But thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Actman for more awesome content. Alright,
Man, oh man, oh man. What is it? It's interesting about a lot of the things that he covered in his in this video. But I don't know, man. That ending skit, it was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But anyway, well then, that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm pretty much always live every day. On Twitch, which I think I should change my name. Right now I have it at as Wang Chung 928, but I think I will change it to the name that I want my VTuber's name to be, maybe pretty soon, but that's the name I'm gonna have it as right now. But anyway, I'm always live around, I don't know, I think it's like always 7 o'clock, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So anyway, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. This is a great video from the Actman, especially the everything that he covered for the Hogwarts Legacy debacle. This was a lot. This was definitely a lot that he did. This man seriously did his research on everything that he can do. Yeah. Well, fantastic video as always. All right then. Thank you for watching. See you next time.